I'm Mr. Curtis. Curtis is my son. Oh, look at him. Curtis, you're severely underweight. Oh, Maya. Are you having fun in your tunnel, Maya? Oh, you're sneaky, Maya. Maya's sneaky. Look at. Oh fuck. Wait, is this where we came from? Wait, hold on, I gotta think.
Oh, this is a dead end. I assume we came from over there and crossed.
Maybe?
Curtis, move.
Mr. Curtis, you're gonna get eaten
How do you not?
for sustenance. Curtis is edible.
We're gonna have to see if we can buy the next character yet.
And we'll be coming up on it pretty quick.
I just want to see where we're gonna get to. It doesn't matter. New hero, Kyle Rayner. Now we just next up we need
70 for Hawk Woman. Hawk Gal.
get to Jor-El Superman.
Hawk Gal. Imagine all the people, Connor. Like Wonder Woman. Where you going, Mr. Curtis?
Actually, touched him. He's not to be
So you're
touched.
admitting to being a molester. You would molest your own son, huh? You're fucking sick. You're a fucking sick puppy. Hi, Mr. Curious.
Cable.
Look.
Cable.
Come on. I'm fucked.
So,
Well, This is gonna be a fun room. We're gonna find this time. Okay. This one's nice and stuck.
I only wrote about 10 pages on X-Men Legends 2. There's not a ton new to talk about.
Yeah,
It's a
that's
more
fair.
mazy version of the first game. Here are the characters that weren't in the last game. Otherwise, the characters in the last game are pretty much the same.
Go to the Cut Beast.
Yeah. No, you can get them
You can.
in the Engage port.
Wow. Really showed me.
You could have access to the Engage. You can get Cannonball on the PC.
Wow, Cannonball.
He would come back for Ultimate Alliance in his new alias, Ultimate Alliance 2. Penance.
That's true. They did just do Civil War for Ultimate Alliance 2.
Well, that have to be Ultimate Alliance 2 twice, because don't you like pick a side?
Yeah. That do be the gimmick. You leveled.
I don't really know if there's actually a difference between the games, so that's kind of the question.
I don't know, I guess we'll find out. At some point.
Spam, bro. Zatanna's getting beefy.
Yeah. Tana's definitely rounding out to be an endgame character. Somehow.
Fuck. Vada Kedavra. Vada Kedavra. Damn. My energy. I can just shoot so many energy blasts in them. Well, if the shields are plentiful, we can play some alt skins like Jay Garrick Flash or Barry Allen Flash.
Yeah.
Earth 2 Superman. I guess it makes sense because Earth 2 Superman was an integral character for a number of years before they decided to kill him off. It was like, wouldn't it be cool if the original Superman was in the main world? Like, yeah, that'd be cool. And then they had him in the main world, forgot about him for 15 years, and they're like, oh, he's integral now. And then they killed him off like 5 years later because like, it kind of was weird. Confusing that there's two Supermans, one that just has a slightly different name spelled. Surprised about how Lois Lane from this world is dead. Look, is it possible we made comics even more unapproachable to new readers?
Try one of these. Oops.
Shut up, Tree Summers, you bitch.
She betrayed the X-Mans.
Yeah, bro, she was magma in the last game, now she's cold. She's so hot and cold, you know?
That's destroy the missiles. Okay, well, I guess we better destroy the missiles before we fuck around with 3. Okay, you're done. It's not like the fate of the world relies on us. Okay. Is that not what we're supposed to do?
It's a little annoying.
Evidently not. Okay.
Not that way.
Okay, so we just killed this bitch first? Okay.
Right.
So we have to just fucking kill her really fast, or?
We have to kill her in 50 seconds. No magic.
Okay, bitch, if you quit wiggling around, I'll kill you. Oh, okay. Wait, can we go through here now that she's distracted? Okay.
Oh, activate.
Okay, so we have to get her down to half health. And then run to all these missiles. Well, I mean, I died, but you bought yourself more time. I guess you just have to go activate a missile between every phase. Didn't work out quite as we planned, but yes.
I think I can solo her now we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Because she gets stuck. She just doesn't do anything when I'm shooting at her, so. She's
I think Zatanna might be a bit good.
Oh, maybe I just want to kill her the rest of the night.
I don't know. Guess we'll see. Nope, she's freezing up. Alright. Well, I guess this time actually get out of the way. Although apparently you're strong enough to tank a hit, Wonder Woman's not. Oh, that was it? You only have to deactivate 2 of the missiles?
I don't have 20 seconds to hit the last one.
Wait, get the rest of the experience.
Fuck. Okay, whatever. I think this is the last one, I want to say. Oh, well, I guess there's no hurry on this one.
Oops. So they had to show that badass cutscene of us flying away. Okay,
was
Wonder
trying to
Woman's
sit up and-
fucking shit.
Yeah, Wonder Woman can.
Wonder Woman can kick rocks.
Zatanna's getting overpowered.
Zatanna's definitely an endgame team member.
Flash might not be as good without a super move to immediately counter into, though.
Yeah, but I can hold everyone in my tornado while you spam fire at
Why are
them
they
and do
not-
chip damage.
Oh, well, they're on Mars, too. They don't have to animate. Because they talk to psychically. Because you gotta remember, Martian Manhunter also has psychic powers. Get in the mind of his opponents. Martian Manhunter's egregiously overpowered.
Yeah, but he refuses to fight. He just sits in the watchtower and whines like a little fucking pussy. No, no points for Martian Manhunter. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Martian Manhunter is already used in the levels, so they should both be fine.
Oh, I forgot he was. Yeah.
Oh, these guys are fucking good, apparently. Martian Manhunter blows.
I mean, Superman's even worse, so could be Could be worse, I guess.
Like, oh, it's like, go back to playing like a pussy at the end of each level.
Yeah, they made a whole game out of that one mission in X-Men Legends 1 where you're forced to be the psychics. They made a whole game out of that. Except for like the last 3 levels.
Oh, this Superman's about to level up.
I guess. I mean, I'd take bad character at higher level than bad character at low level. Optimally, we'd just have like fucking Zatanna, but it is what it is.
Is this the last level where we don't get pick, or is there a few more?
I think there's like 3 more.
God damn it.
I think the first one. Well, there's one like kind of in the middle of the game where you get to pick, and then it goes back to picking for you for a while. And eventually, it's like, all right, you can just pick for the last like 4 levels, whatever.
Well, next Thursday we'll have to pick out some more. We'll have to pick out some more N64 games.
Yeah, we're just gonna continue the 2 each thing.
Yep. Well, if you want to hop in. I guess if we roll something expensive, we can decide if we want to invest.
Yeah, split it or something.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to
Bang,
start
I
doing
know.
that eventually.
Yeah, man, it's gonna come eventually.
So there
But
we can
maybe
keep
that
going.
time will have to wait until. Hopefully, I can actually get hired full time at this job
Yeah.
and do the easy
Well,
job from
I'm
home.
gonna start making like 150 extra every week, which is gonna be nice.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, but for now we can just, because I've just been doing 2 unless I roll something more expensive, and sometimes I do 1, or sometimes I just grind out a $5 Japan or sports game. If I get something more expensive, that's typically what I do. We'll
Boost the
get there.
hell. Superman's recovery. Let's see. All this shit sucks anyway, man.
I mean, the honest, optimal strategy is just once you start getting 2 powers, just start dumping it in the bottom 3 categories. Once those are maxed out, just pick a move.
I wonder if you start getting 3 at some point if this game lets you just completely max out a character instead of having to choose.
I assume you can just completely max out characters.
Well, the level cap's only 20, so I don't know
Yeah,
if you
I
can.
mean, I guess depending when we finish Justice League, we will either start Ultimate Alliance or Hobbit. But
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance will be probably the furthest we'll get before we go back to the Lego grind, unless.
I got a couple pages of auras done, but the chess tournament took up a bunch of my time. Otherwise, I would have written more. But
Yeah, well, you'll have
I
all
made-
weekend to edit at least.
I made a ton of progress yesterday,
You can
so
finish it tomorrow. You can.
I don't feel too bad because I wrote like 30 pages yesterday, so
Yeah.
only writing like 6 or 7 today is fine.
Like I said, if you finish it tomorrow, you can.
Yeah. Well, the weekend will probably just be recording audio.
Yeah. Still, it's gonna be easier when.
The big wall of 200 extra Pokemon probably just adds.
How long you think? So this one's probably
I
a
have no
bit.
fucking clue. I haven't looked at
Way
the page
longer.
count yet.
Because Oraz is the last game that is every Pokemon, right?
The last game, Sun and Moon. I'm only talking about Pokemon that you can actually catch in auras, so there's a bunch of transfer Pokemon left out. Sun and Moon are the last games that have every Pokemon, but Sun and Moon let you catch a really ridiculous amount of the Pokemon that were in that
Yeah.
game, so.
I suppose.
But also, Sun and Moon will be nice, because Ultra Sun, like, the one thing Ultra Sun is different in is that they changed up a lot of encounters, so, like, in Sun and Moon I'll get to talk about, like, whatever, like 350 Pokemon or whatever's in that game. And then there'll be like an additional 150 in the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon video. So it won't all be in one giant block. I'll have it split up between the 2 videos.
Yeah, I still think you maximize even if it's
It makes sense to some extent, just logistically, because otherwise the wait
even though it's
is going to be
basically
even
just
longer.
emeralds.
Yeah, I mean Ultra Sun
And
and
plus
Ultra
it's
Moon are...
another like minimally 10k views to the
there's-
channel. If our channel doesn't grow at all and it absolutely flops.
The storyline changes. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon change the story to some extent, although I don't know to what extent. So that's something at least. I don't know. I'll figure it out. There's a different champion and different trainers and
I guess
different
once you catch up on
available.
Pokemon, maybe that's the point. You start doing the side games.
Yeah.
Maybe leave Legends
Well-
Arceus out of it until you do Pokemon Stadium and Coliseum and all them after you do the main game.
I don't know if I'm gonna do Legends Arceus with the Diamond and Pearl and Brilliant Diamond and Pearl stuff yet. The only reasoning is fucking. The Legends games are objectively spin-offs, but they're also spin-offs made by Game Freak, unlike all the other ones.
Yeah, and I mean they are
And they're-
RPGs just with significantly different games.
The other thing is,
they were essentially the mainline games that year because they came in place of normal.
Legends
Well, this
Arceus
guy needs to
also.
go back.
Yeah, I know. Legends Arceus also introduces new Pokemon,
That's true.
and if I did Scarlet and Violet first, I'd have to talk about the Legends Arceus Pokemon that you can transfer into Scarlet and Violet before I talked about. Which would be weird, I guess. I don't know. I might do Legends Arceus in there. Also, the Pokemon Coliseum video.
Yeah, I guess the question is, are you
most of
dividing
the-
it by generation or are you dividing it by...
Most of the
Region.
Coliseum video is already written, and Coliseum is mostly done, so I'll probably do that soon. I don't know when I'll get to XD, but
I still think you just do all those like kind of main spin-offs as well at some point or another. I guess the nice thing is even when you run out of Pokemon games, because eventually in 5 years you'll probably catch up, so to speak, and
I mean,
you're gonna want to
yeah.
wait till the dust settles on Gen 10 or whatever
And then I'll
when
start-
you finally catch up.
Yeah,
But you can start. You got like the Mystery Dungeon games, the Conquest games, Ranger. Of course, you got the Coliseum Stadium type stuff. So
all the weird shit spin-offs
I mean,
like Troze and Troze 2
I
and
mean, based
Pokemon
on where we're at,
Picross.
not to mention all the fucking homebrews we have,
Yeah, I can talk
because we
about
got
some
4 or
weird
5
fucking...
different homebrews you gotta get to eventually.
I can talk about the legendary Frigo Returns, the game Rob flushed down the toilet. Just so that I can include the video of Rob flushing Frigo Returns down the
The fuck
toilet.
is Frigo Returns?
It's a really bad ROM hack of Ruby, Sapphire, and Emeralds, and the only difference is that it has 2 original Pokemon in it. Articuno is replaced by Frigo, which is just Articuno without the flying type, and it looks like it was drawn by an 8-year-old because it was drawn by an 8-year-old. And when you get to the first Pokemon Center in the game, some guy says, "Here's a Frigo. It's a rare Pokemon." And it's completely overpowered because it's just an exact clone of Articuno without the flying type.
So you get.
And then there's some other weird...
So you got like a level 10
Original.
Frigo early in the game, but he's already got really.
No, the guy who gives it to you drops it at like level 30. He just dumps
After
like...
the first Pokemon Center?
It might be the second... I think you get it before the first gym, or maybe like directly after the first gym. It's very early on in the game.
So he's having
And then there's
overpowered
there's
Frigo.
some other shitty OC Pokemon that you get like halfway through the game in a different Pokemon Center where the guy's
So wait,
like, "This
Rob
is
had a
Crocodile or
cartridge
something."
of this thing and
Yeah, he found a bootleg cartridge of Frigo Returns
Where did he find that?
at a fucking like
Flea market?
flea market in California,
Yeah.
and it became a meme, and then he flushed it. Also, you can't beat Frigo Returns because despite just adding 2 Pokemon, the developer somehow fucked it up. So when you get to the Elite Four, one of the doors in the Elite Four doesn't open. It's
So
like
there's probably a Frigo just sitting in the bottom of his toilet to one day be found by.
it's probably trapped in his J turn.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no fucking shot that's getting out of there. They're gonna have to replace that toilet. He could have fucked up. He could have costed himself like $500 to just flush Frigo. If shit ever starts
mean,
getting caught on
As
it.
a
dude.
rental, I don't think he's even at that rental anymore. Also
Oh.
leveled up.
Okay,
But
so
yeah, I think
some guy.
Frigo's
So
probably-
one day somebody's gonna go in there clueless. Something's blocking up my toilet.
Pull out Frigo Returns for the
Yeah.
Game Boy Advance.
Be like, what the fucking hell is a Frigo Return?
Also, we tracked down the guy who made Frigo, and he's like some weird Russian guy. Or no, he's from like Siberia or something. Like, and we talked to him. We kept calling him Frigo's dad, and he was really happy that we liked his ROM hack.
How did you guys track him down? You just like found his email or something on a
We
ROM
found his
form?
old posts on romhacking.net, tracked him down to his Twitter, and called him and talked to him about Frigo, and he was really happy.
So you guys did an international call. And like 10 in the morning, he just randomly gets a call from someone. You're like,
Nah, he made a Discord to talk to us.
Oh.
we called Frigo's
I think you should
dad.
review Frigo and get Frigo's dad on the show for an interview.
My favorite part about Frigo Returns is when you beat the second member of the Elite Four, and then the game soft locks.
What color is the cartridge?
It has a picture of the main character from Pokemon XD on it for some reason, and it's like a shitty gray cartridge that just has a picture of the XD main character on it.
Yeah. I'm sure someone else is ported. Because any Pokemon ROM hack gets ported by China. So I'm sure
There's Chinese people who just skim romhacking.net and throw whatever on the cartridge.
Send it out.
Print it on a plain gray cartridge.
The problem is, I think we have a single cartridge that's not broken, but you have to beat it one sitting because it doesn't save.
I mean,
Then we have a few that are totally broken that save.
I'd probably just emulate them because there's a decent chance that they'd be unbeatable on cartridge anyway, because there's probably some soft lock in the middle.
Yeah.
And I'd probably have to use wall hacks to... Where the fuck do we go?
I mean, we got like Pokemon Quartz, one of the famous ones.
Yeah, we also have Chaos Black, one of the infamous ones.
Yeah. I got the Crystal port that someone made in the...
Okay, there's dead
red,
guys
blue,
here.
Green, leaf green, fire red. What's the objective?
That's a good fucking question.
Search the cave entrance.
Cool.
Search
Yeah.
for it, or whatever.
Well, it's probably somewhere in this little area, I guess. I don't know.
Well, it's not this, is it? This looks like some sort of castle.
I don't know what this is. I don't think it's a cave. Like a fucking Martian castle. Oh, here's some more guys who aren't dead, so I guess we're going the right way again.
I've got lots of stuff to do right now.
Yeah, I have over the weekend, I'll probably push through the rest of fucking Lego Star Wars GBA and start writing about that. I still got a decent chunk of Hunting Simulator to play through, so I'll leave that for now, but once I finish writing Pokemon, I'll be able to write BS Zelda, and
I've recorded up to the first 156 pages
we go
completed.
here.
I haven't edited them yet, but maybe depending how long X-Men Legends will take to edit, which I assume will be like maybe an hour. The nice thing is I can edit these really quick because I can just play gameplay until I start talking about something else, then I find gameplay of what I'm referring to and play that until I switch topics again.
Yeah,
Which
that's
makes a video game.
how videos are made.
Well, that's how video game videos are made for fucking movie reviews. I'm so scared of the wrath of Warner Brothers smiting my 10-hour video that I have to constantly do quick cuts, and I can use like 10 seconds of video footage and then I switch to pictures. Man of Steel is the only one that came out on like fully intact, where it's just B-roll when I don't have something I'm specifically talking about. So
I have genuinely no fucking clue where it wants us to go.
I'm kind of deciding whether or not I edit Man of Steel so I don't push my luck, because rendering and then uploading a 10-hour video sounds like a pain in the ass to have it get copy claimed. So I might just edit Man of Steel to have
this is
some
the
shit
checkpoint
just to
we
be
were already
safe.
at, so it's definitely somewhere over here.
Canceled DC films. I don't know if I want to throw canceled DC films in somewhere random as a breakup point, because I was kind of thinking about doing that after Zack Snyder's Justice League, but I'm about to have to pay the piper on that if that was my plan, even though it comes later in the video than the movies.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll do that once. Maybe I'll do Suicide Squad.
After Zack Snyder's Justice League would probably be a decent point, since Justice League, Zack Snyder's Justice League was formerly canceled. Got a nice transition there. Like, Zack Snyder's Justice League was a movie that was never meant to be made, but there were also plenty of DC movies that never got the chance.
Oh, you're saying I'll take a break before I transition into James Gunn's Justice or Suicide Squad?
Yeah, I mean, James Gunn's Suicide Squad essentially marks a fucking new era of the DCU, which is
Where
just the
it's
transitionary between.
dump the shit we already started and start working towards, because they had to have started getting in the planning process around the time of like Peacemaker and stuff, during the production of Peacemaker.
Alright, let's see if I can figure out what the fuck.
It's like Superman Legacy's almost shot. They've been shooting it for like 3 months now, or 3 weeks now, so they're probably getting there on Superman Legacy.
What level are we on? 3.04 or 3.05? I think 3.05. Superman and Martian Manhunter. The entrance to the cave is at the far east of the area, so if we're...
We're on the west.
Are we?
I would assume so.
That's where we're into the shit.
Let's just keep following it, because which way is the east when I think about it? I would think from the entrance we're going west. Like, oh, this is a massive, totally empty area. Oh, is this the entrance? No. Just nothing.
Okay, so this is where we came from.
Okay, so you need to go east from here.
So it should be somewhere on this wall, but he said far east, so I guess it's like...
Far as possible east. Why
Unless...
is this cave so fucking hard to find?
Yeah, you'd think that they'd try to make it obvious where you're supposed to go.
I guess it just being fucking Justice League Red.
Unless this isn't the east. Fucking knows what he means by that.
What is this it? Oh, under, no, that's just a shadow.
Okay, maybe it's on the opposite side over here. Just gonna start mashing X and see if it... This is horrible. This is horrible. Cave. Cave.
Fuck this, dude. We're getting back to the entrance pretty fast. Oop, what? Huh? No, just a big little cubby there. What in the fuck? Where is this fucking entrance?
It'd be really nice if this came out a mini map.
I tell you, like,
You know what I'm saying? Like if you could tell where the fuck you were, that'd be cool.
Okay, so we followed the fucking... We've been following the fucking perimeter many times now.
And we're back here. What the fuck? Alright, let me see here. That's probably someone hard to take. If you moved?
Curtis, you ever smoke a Juul?
Oh, this other guy. Oh, this other guy's fucking horrendous. Okay.
You ready for April 30th when I get Andor and Obi-Wan on Blu-ray or on 4K?
Alright, let's check these fucking buildings, I guess.
Oh, there's buildings in the middle?
Yeah, there's those weird fucking pyramids. I don't know if they... I don't know. Maybe it's on the side of one of these fucking buildings. Is this a door? No.
Wait, you can go in here a little bit. Why are the buildings so short? I'm as tall as a one-story building in Martian's Crouch. Are they buried into the ground?
I think they're supposed to be like buried into the ground, but it does look fucking weird.
I guess Martian civilization is dead, so Martian Manhunt's like, hey, can we just kick it in my hometown, you know? This is his hometown, bro. Why doesn't Mars have like 7-Eleven? That's what I never get about like alien worlds, you know? Where are the stores? Where's like the 7-Eleven in Star Wars, you know?
There's this weird thing
Fucking
here.
you buy death sticks.
Is this where we... Sure.
Far East? The fuck you talking about? Far East? We just
This
found,
motherfucker
like,
should have
12
said it was in a
fucking
weird
hours.
fucking temple thing.
Yeah.
If he said it was a weird fucking temple thing, I would have checked the weird
Because I hear
fucking temple
caves
thing.
and I think like in the fucking stone, you know?
You'd think.
I'm excited to see if I can find any drama on why, who did DC say I want to get our own version of Ultimate Alliance, but we'll just hire the guys who did the original?
I don't know.
Or was it
Was it
that
a
these
spite
guys
move for
were
the people
like,
who made...
was
yeah.
Snowblind like, you guys ripped off our strategy and made it better, so let's just rip you off in return? What's the story there? So I'm excited to see if I can find anything. There'll probably like be a passing sentence on Wikipedia that says it's very similar to Ultimate Alliance. Won't even mention. I just happened to notice that it came out exactly 1 week before Ultimate Alliance. I mean, I assume they made this to compete with the X-Men Legends games. Heard that X-Men Legends was coming and rushed to beat it out by a week. To which it seemingly was unaffected because no one knows about this game's existence except for me, and everybody knows about Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
I'm excited to start playing Battlefront. That'll be cool.
The Battlefront should be fun.
It's kind of knocking back KOTOR, but that'll be a long video. There's a lot to talk about.
Let's see if upgrading my heat vision made it good, actually. Still has to be manually aimed, but it seems to do more damage.
I guess I can kind of compare the 4 ports if I really wanted to, but I know them pretty well, so I probably will see how the remake plays, and if it plays pretty much the same, then I probably won't actually dust off the PS2 or Xbox versions.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I now do have Battlefront 2 on everything but PC. But only if I don't have it. Well, I guess I don't have it on.
I think we're going back.
Because I got it on Xbox.
Here we go this way.
Xbox consoles. Xbox. Actually, on Xbox, I don't have Battlefront 1. Oh, that sucks. I didn't even think about that. I gotta start with Battlefront 1, don't I?
Yeah.
At least Battlefront 1 is solely Clone Wars. Although I do think it's interesting to follow the 5.0 first, but I don't really know how I'm going to put it in my Legends folder. I guess I'll just probably put it right after Attack of the Clones for now, because that's where it starts.
Yeah.
Since it doesn't really take place in one time period, I guess it'll probably just go right after Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes the most sense, I think.
Because it's one of the only pieces of Star Wars media, actually, that really takes place over a huge time period. I mean, there's some, like, the fucking Dawn of the Jedi book I read a couple months, like a month or two ago, or I listened to. That took place over 2 different time periods. But
Well, I can think of 2 characters we're definitely never going to use if we're not forced.
yeah. So far, I think Zatanna and Slash are the 2 that I...
Probably.
and Green Lantern, maybe? Because I feel like Flash Flash's Tornado honestly would work better with Green Lantern than Zatanna, since Zatanna's already has crazy tracking. There's the tornado moves.
Yeah, but if I suck everyone into the tornado and everyone's on fire, then I'll probably just kill them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You can just spam fire cards into the...
I guess depending if it's 2 or more characters, Zatanna and Flash seem to be the mains. Because I don't think we're gonna... The other unlockable characters are like a couple unique heroes, but 2 of the 6 unlockables or 2 of the 5 unlockables are Green Lantern.
I have trouble imagining Hawkeye or Aquaman, Hawkgirl or Aquaman being that good. I mean, I could be wrong, but...
Aquaman or Aquaman, yeah, I don't really know in this fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess...
Well, Hawkgirl might actually be good,
I never would have
depending what they do with
expected...
their mace.
I never would have expected Zatanna to be good, so maybe they...
Well, this game is
Aquaman's just the
100%.
strongest
If you
character
use
ever.
physical, you're a dumbass, because you just get beat down so quick. It's better to stand 5 feet away.
Yeah.
Also, like, none of the actual moves stun people except the laser beams, so there's literally no benefit to not be energy heavy. The Flash is good because he's a really good teamwork character. Yeah, I mean, this game's growing on me. The problem is, it's a lot better once you have a character that's leveled up, and it's monotonous to have to start a new character.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they basically showed us the core roster already. It'll be fun to talk about, because a lot of these characters I haven't talked about, but I'm going to eventually talk about their origin in my Justice League video when I finish reviewing talking about every Justice League member and their origins.
Kryptonite lasers, well, you can go through that.
Okay.
I don't know what this does to me. I'll figure it out eventually, but... Oh, there's a control panel over there.
Yeah, I'll do that in a second. I just want to beat these guys down, so... Okay. Oh, fuck, okay. Fuck! Why am I so bad? YBX.
Can't wait to get back to a good character. Tell you what. Oh, well. I guess I'll pee while you fly backwards.
The normal in-game graphics are definitely better than X-Men Legends, but there's not the really good... The cutscenes are crappy, comparatively. We haven't gotten a lot of shields in this level either, I've noticed.
Yeah. Hey, Megan. Hello, Tiny. What are you grabbing on me for? You're a good girl. Alright, well.
this way.
Sure, that makes sense.
I'm excited for my DCEU video to be done. The end's in sight.
Yeah, you're getting there. We get to watch a couple good movies.
Yeah.
All good movie and a good show.
Okay, well, I'll do Zack Snyder, and then I'm also gonna release the Justice is Gray cut.
Yeah.
With the
Which one's getting included in the compilation?
I think I'm gonna call the first one the Connor cut, and then the second one the retrospective is Gray cut. I haven't decided yet. Probably just the normal one, since I feel like, you know, the gag kind of speaks for itself, and I wouldn't want to put people through that suffering. Because the fact that I'm not really expecting to get many views on the,
Justice is Gray cut.
the retrospective is Gray cut, but, more of just the memes.
It's funny.
I just think the meme is funny enough to kind of, be worth uploading. These retrospectives are great, man.
Yes.
I like how my editing patterns go from very plain to schizo in across the video. That's one thing. I'm also gonna have to find music because I didn't actually put music behind like my first 3 videos in the series, so I'm gonna add those into the final cut because it'd be a little weird if music just started playing halfway through.
Yeah, a little bit.
So that's kind of then I gotta find my credits because I credit all my music, but I'm gonna have to find the credits for each part, which is gonna be slightly annoying. Although I should have it in the description of every video. I just steal a lot from this guy, Bad Beats, who makes a bunch. Who must be like a Kanye West, Tyler the Creator fanboy. So like, because nowadays Kanye West and Playboy Cardi fanboys are one and the same. But back in the day, it was like Tyler the Creator and Kanye, and you know, it goes in waves, you know.
Yeah. The Kanye pair-ups.
Each generation of new Kanye fan has new music to listen to. The only difference is it's getting worse.
I feel like we're supposed
Well,
to.
Amy sent me a video the other day that was like, this is what people think the best 3 rappers are, and their name's probably Connor. And it was Kanye West, Travis Scott, and Playboy Cardi. I said, well, at least I don't. And they wear Bills jerseys, which I thought the Bills jerseys part was funny, because that's what Jake from AMC is.
I know. Yep.
Playboy Cardi, Travis Scott, Kanye West, and he wears Bills jerseys every day. Yes, I felt personally attacked slightly.
Oh, what characters do we get in the next level? Hopefully, fucking not these.
What are your favorite rappers? I feel like I'm probably my most listened to artist this year on when it's all said and done. It's gonna be at least for rap, it's gonna be Kanye, Big Sean, and Ty Dolla $ign. With then it's gonna be Cage the Elephant probably because they're dropping a new album and I always have that in my rotation.
Yep. Okay,
I think those will be those are the 4 people I know are definitely going to get in there because I've just listened to the Kanye and Ty Dolla $ign album a lot. And Big Sean's got a new album coming out this year. Should be kind of cool. I like his first album. Precision's pretty fun. Kendrick might be dropping a new album because he's previewed a song and it's dissing Drake, so it sounds pretty.
We'll see.
I'm making an album this year. Although it's also Kendrick, so he could have just made his rare appearance to remind people he exists for a day.
Leveled up. You leveled up.
Oh, I did?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I did. Alright, make us mules while I decide.
Alright. lantern. What are you doing? Right now.
Yeah, we still got some N64 games in the mail.
Yep.
We got Bust a Move 2, Rugrats Treasure Hunt, Chopper Attack, Nightmare Creatures. That seems to be it for now, but I guess on Thursday I will
Good old Chopper Attack.
I guess next Thursday we'll find 2 new ones.
Little monster characters.
You know, there's so much we could get, you know? Yeah. Coming up here.
Endless N64 shovelware.
There is about 250 of the 310 games that are, or 360 games that are total shovelware, I'll admit.
There's plenty of baseball games we don't have yet.
If we ever complete a full library, it's probably going to be the N64. Honestly, if shit's too expensive, I'm going to check that Etsy store that was $40, but he really only did like popular expensive games.
Yeah.
The niche is going to be the not popular expensive games to get repo carts of.
Yeah.
Because there'll be cheap Chinese fakes that barely work or don't work at all that are all over the place. So, but
This motherfucker, how'd he get up there? Fucking die.
at least we got like the ridiculous, like Sculptor's Cut. No way I was ever going to own authentic. I'm not paying 10 G's for Sculptor's Cut when I can pay 40 for a repo that probably works better than the original game.
Yeah, Sculptor's Cut's a mess of a situation. Blockbuster fucking exclusive video games.
I mean, Razor Scooters was Blockbuster exclusive, and eventually we'll have to find Transformers Beast Wars a Blockbuster exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
There's like 4 or 5 Blockbuster exclusives. The difference was Sculptor's Cut was a terrible Blockbuster exclusive that was made less than the others. It's like Razor Scooters wasn't even that expensive. I got
Razor Scooter's also less in demand than the weird fucking farting fighting game.
That's true.
Please God, let us play as good characters.
Yeah, I mean, I
Martian
guess we can kind
Manhunter's
of choose
vulnerable
if we
to
want to watch.
Okay, there's the computer.
The question is, do we want to watch Suicide Squad or No Time to Die tonight?
I'm not the one making a video, it's up to you.
I think since I'm still working on Empire, this could probably be like a 30-page video because there's a lot of stuff, interesting things to talk about
Yeah.
in it. I've already written about 10 pages and I'm not even through the development process yet. Not to mention I've already added into the script that I'm going to talk about the special edition changes. I mean, the first movie and the third movie are the 2 really big special edition changes.
I can't wait to watch the Hobbit movies when they finally get back to Lego the Hobbit. I should just watch the 2 because it's funnier, but I don't know when I'd ever have another opportunity to talk about Hobbit 3.
That's true. That is kind of the duality of man. But I mean, is The Hobbit 3 adapted is my question.
No.
So then why?
That's true.
I mean, then you'd be doing a disservice, really, to the
Morbid
game.
curiosity.
You can watch Hobbit 3, but talking about it, it's a whole different story. Just kidding.
I like how they're like, we might make
It is
the
worth
Hobbit.
shitting on the Hobbit trilogy, but it's slightly more hilarious that they adapted 2/3 of an 100. It's hilarious already that they broke an 160-page book into 3 parts. It's almost more worth talking about the fact that they didn't adapt The Hobbit 3 than talking about The Hobbit 3. Because what is The Hobbit 3 but a bunch of made-up extra shit no one cares about?
Yeah, it's just a bunch of fight scenes that weren't in the book. Really fucking boring, weird
They're like,
CGI.
we want to
fight
make a
scenes.
3rd movie. Because we can't in cinema build up.
I can kind of understand turning The Hobbit into a 2-parter. Like,
Well, George
One, you
Lucas
wanna
was
milk it,
inspired
but
by The
two-
Hobbit to have like fucking Luke Skywalker sleep through the fucking Battle of Death Star or some shit. Because it just, the time skip happens and then you miss that whole thing. I don't know if he was actually inspired by The Hobbit, but he didn't write it, so the Star Wars comic book skips that entire battle because it wasn't talked about in the script. He just didn't ever write that.
yeah, I mean,
I assume I'm not supposed to attack those fire guys, so I'm just gonna shoot them.
yeah. I mean, the whole scope of the war is kind of just outside of the scope of the book. And Warner Brothers didn't recognize that fact, that it's a book called The Hobbit about the adventures of a hobbit. And the whole war thing is
The
just
problem is Lord of the
background
Rings.
information.
Lord of the Rings, they decided to add that shit to be anticlimactic for people who only know the fucking movies. So whether or
Yeah,
not
that's
they
the
knew that
problem.
was the scope. It's kind of hard that they didn't adapt The Hobbit first. That's the only way you could do a faithful adaptation of The Hobbit in
Yeah.
modern cinema is to...
I mean, I could kind of understanding The Hobbit as a 2-part, because even though it's a relatively short book, the book abridges a lot of stuff and just says, like, they walked and they walked and they walked. And if you want to, like, flesh out those parts where they walk and walk, you gotta do something, but 3 parts was never, should have
Yeah.
never been on the... I almost walked into those kryptonite beams. God, these characters are fucking terrible.
Yeah, 3 parts was a total money grab milking. It was a full money grab milking of the,
The fucking book doesn't even describe what the 5 armies were. As far as it's concerned, the book just does not elaborate on who the 5 armies were. There's a battle called the Battle of 5 Armies. And the orcs were there, and the dwarves were there. And the elves were probably there. And as for who the other 2 were, who fucking knows? And the movie's answer is that they were like weird gremlin things that came from Mordor, I guess. And like the Nazgul count, or the fucking, I don't know, someone counts. Radagast and the pigs, maybe? Even the movie...
Ice armed orc guy.
Even the movie doesn't explain who the 5th army is, because the orc guy's just... He's made up for the movie, but he's also just the leader of the orcs.
Right.
So I think he counts towards the orc army. And the movie, there's the orcs, and there's the dwarves, and there's like the weird hellbats from Mordor, I guess, and the Nazgul, but I think those would be one army. Or not the Nazgul, whatever the fuck, the Necromancer, fucking whatever the hell. And the elves, I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, the Desolation of Smog ending before the dragon dies was the
I do like...
cheapest trick I've ever seen.
You know what I never understood?
Literally, the whole plot with the dragon is resolved within like 5 minutes of the 3rd movie starting, and then it's just a bunch of bullshit.
Yeah, it was a trap to make you watch the rest of the CGI extravaganza.
Genuinely unhinged.
I mean, the dragon is the main villain, really, if there is to be a main villain of The Hobbit.
Oh, absolutely.
And
The dragon's the only one that fucking
they
Bilbo interacts
They
with.
literally just pushed it back to part 3 for funsies.
Okay, there's a guy called Martian Leader here somewhere. I assume we ignore the little Mice.
This must be something.
Oh, that. The
That's
fucking
weird.
xenomorph would appear to be our main target.
I like how they made the general as Martian Manhunter off of the fan theory, even though it really doesn't make sense. Like, why did the fucking leader, in, like, the fucking general guy not...
Okay, these little fucking bugs are fucking obnoxious.
Okay, here's what we gotta do. We just gotta fly and shoot him with lasers.
No, because he shoots you down with his lasers if you try to fly. Oh god, these characters are terrible. This is gonna be hell.
I wish these, like, fucking little rat guys just respond exclusively when you already beat them, but it seems
Do these spawn from like a portal we can destroy or something? Where are these coming from?
they're coming from
I
all
want them
sides.
gone.
They just take your xenomorph, the power, the energy.
Okay, I can hit him with the punch thing every once in a while, and the punch thing does a lot of damage, but I only get it very sparsely. I will stop you.
Is there like no end to these little rats? Because every time I think we've wiped them out, it's like actually. Then
This is
another
horrible.
rat emerged.
Maybe he's weak against the ice beam? No, the ice beam still does fucking nothing.
Thrawn Trilogy Part 2 is getting pretty good. Luke's meeting up with Sabaroth, and then
I don't
Han
know what the
Lando
fuck a
are on
Sabaroth is. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Dark Jedi, bro.
Oh,
You know that old guy that you randomly fight in Fallen Order?
he's like that.
Yeah, no, he's the same character. I think they're just like, we don't know how to make Sabaroth canon anymore, so this is our canon version of Sabaroth. I'm sure he'll show up in like the Thrawn movie or something. Because they're doing like one of, like, I assume Mandalorian.
But
I
wait,
don't
there's
know what that
something we can
movie's about.
activate here.
In lieu of season 4, they're doing that Mandalorian movie, but
I can activate these things on the portals.
there's supposedly a.
I don't know what activating these does, but I'm hopeful it'll get rid of the fucking rats. Come this way when I activate the last one.
This might make sense.
Please make the rats go away. Oh, okay. Well, that did a fucking ton of damage to him.
Oh, now he's also getting hurt a lot.
And the
more.
rats are gone. The rats are gone. Nope. They're gone for a minute. I guess we'll see if those refresh, but it did a ton of damage to them. So I'll take it. It made the rats go away for like 30 seconds. Oh, these characters are awful. Alright.
Well, Martian Man.
I just gotta hit him with this stupid fucking punch thing. And the punch thing does actual damage to him. Are we done? Are we done? Is that it? Can we play as some characters that suck less?
This quick. Yeah, no, Sabaroth is just the exact same character as the guy that you fight in Fallen Order towards the end, except
Bro, is that Thanos?
really grinding Whalmer, dude. Almost at
Yep.
200 points or 200 candies on Whalmer, which is nice. Plus, I've got mad pineapples, so I'm probably about halfway done with Whalmer. It'd be nice getting a whale lord. And
Gotta fish for those shiny Whalmers.
yeah, if I get a shiny, then it's gonna be a whole new ball game, I guess.
Second grind.
But if I get a third, I don't gotta deal with it.
Swablu. I got a shiny Swablu when I was working at the window place. I had to grind that thing for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, Swablu. I need a Magikarp event, otherwise
I've been seeing Magikarps around.
Yeah, I've been catching them here and there, but they're not common spawn enough that it's not fucking obnoxious. Alright, I'm about to evolve my Weeping Bell, and then I'll be done with him. Done with Tentacool. Then it's gonna be the double Slowpoke grind. Triple Slowpoke grind. Because I gotta evolve all 3 of my Alolan Slowbros. Or I gotta evolve 2 of my Alolan
Oh shit, we
Slowbros.
finally get the pick. Yeah, we have Aquaman. Well,
I wonder what happens if we pick one of these guys. Do they instantly level?
who fucking knows? Feels too risky to try.
I guess we only get 2 characters.
Oh, team 2 of 2.
Oh, so we have to do 2 different
Wait.
teams. Okay, wait, back up.
We should probably put one good character
So
in
let's
each
put
team.
John Stewart and Flash together because that seemed like a winning combo.
Yeah.
Zatanna seems good. I know Kyle Rayner's good if he's a clone of John, but I don't know if he's upgraded.
I don't know. Should we roll the dice on one of
So
the new
it's
guys?
either-
Zatanna's good enough to carry.
Okay, so 3 of the shit people aren't available right now. So it's either we do Batman who's leveled up but he's shit.
Batman
Otherwise
sucks.
we can do Huntress. We can try Aquaman or Huntress. Otherwise
I'm
Kyle
gonna roll
Rayner's
the dice on
sure
Aquaman, I
thing.
think.
Yeah.
I have a gut feeling that Aquaman will be good. Just out of sheer
The
happenstance.
fact that he's fucking Aquaman.
We have this ace team to go for, so.
This will be nice. Plus they're both about to level up, which is extra nice actually.
Oh, I'm about to die. These gorillas are not fucking around.
Oh shit, yeah.
Okay, well, we each got a level. I guess I will. Gonna buff my health a little. Oh, thank God, back to playable characters. Usable characters.
These gorillas seem to give okay energy. I guess we should check around because we gotta unlock all these characters. I ain't really trying to grind for characters later.
That's true.
We're probably gonna have to grind for either characters or costumes no matter what we do though, so I guess we can test out the characters that we don't end up playing as. I know the park is a lot of fucking...
Yeah, we'll figure it out later. We'll see what we need to do.
Maybe we won't, because we really only need to unlock one more character. 2 more characters? 1?
2, I think.
Depends. That last level was not very fruitful when it came to actually giving us
Anything?
new characters.
Just jump up there. Yeah, I don't know if there's more shields in that level that we missed, but that level was a fucking pain in the ass to navigate because everything looked literally the same. It's just gigantic open rooms of
How about you if we put
red.
it on the side? We probably have some there.
Jesus. I don't know if we... Oh, yeah, we have.
least it seems we'll level up pretty quick.
They were getting some decent experience with these stupid monkeys.
Playing the gapes, you know?
That planet of gaping assholes.
I think, what is Green Arrow's next, I think? Or Hal Jordan?
Yeah.
I don't even think we looked. Oh no, Hawkwoman.
Yeah, Hawk Girl's at 70.
So we gotta get Hawk Girl, Green Arrow, and Hal Jordan, so I guess we have 3 more characters to unlock actually. And then we can switch costumes from there.
Fuck me.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we're already a quarter of the way leveled up, so I think these enemies are just fucking above us. Because this game's weirdly fucking balanced and designed and everything, really. I guess next level up I'll throw another one in health and another one in tornado.
I like how Flash has a spin-off game.
He does. We have that game.
I know it did.
Game Boy Advance Justice League Heroes Flash.
We're trying to make a whole ass franchise out of this and they never bothered to make anything but the Flash game. What do you think possessed them to say Flash is our guy?
It's a good fucking question, honestly. Why would you put your eggs in the Flash basket over making like a Batman game?
Yeah.
Superman. Like
Pretty
much
for
anyone.
For a turn and burn Game Boy game too, you know, it's not like we're talking about some crazy shit here. Oh, maybe I'll read some of Mark Waid's Flash tomorrow.
Yeah?
Most of the omnibuses are about 35 pages, so I think I'm going to go based on, or 35 issues, so I think I'm going to go based on omnibus length, so I'll probably do the first 35 issues of Mark Waid's Flash, and if I like it, continue, or if I really don't like it, continue, or if I don't have much thoughts to say in my video, I will not continue. That's pretty much my plan.
Off to the turbines.
I think I'm gonna do Grant Morrison's Batman run too
Let's try
soon.
these in a second.
He's finally having an excuse to talk about Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin would be pretty fun.
I do like Batman and Robin.
And the nice thing is the omnibus is conveniently breaking into 3 spots. Volume 1 is his weird stuff where he's like, what if I just read? Like, he got hired onto Batman. And then he said, I don't want to do the main Batman anymore because I want to be weird. And he said, yeah, if you want to get really weird, you can't do the main Batman anymore. She's like, what if I just made one where it's Batman and Robin by him and his son I just made up like 5 issues ago? And you're like, okay, whatever. But we're killing off Bruce Wayne. And he's like, okay, that'll work out.
The only part I don't like about Batman and Robin is when the art gets inexplicably worse. That's just a comic thing, apparently.
It is. Sometimes you'll just have to deal with it.
I need to pussy out. I need to pussy out.
Especially with superstar artists, the problem is, if you're one of, there's 2 types of artists. There's the really good artists that were like 20 when they started and could do really good, really consistent art. And then eventually they get really tired and aren't able to do month by month really solid arts. They quit and then they just are like, well, now we need something unique to follow them up because they're popular, big artists. And there's people that are actually just really good comic book artists.
I mean, the
who
art
draw
style
really
for the
good.
second half of Batman and Robin's also like good on its own, but it's definitely
It's
different
weird.
and it's
Yeah.
experimental.
For example, Jim Lee will always be like, I'm gonna hop on this title monthly, and then he gets too tired after a while. It's the same thing with writers, though, too, because you'll have, like Jeff Johns will be like, I'm gonna do a monthly comic, and then
Sounds
he'll
like they're
quit.
just pussies.
He'll quit because he wants to do a big
They should
gimmick
try
comic, and he gets too busy between the two.
They should try the manga artist lifestyle. Where you just have to write a chapter week by week for
Well,
Shonen Jump. Or
The
they
problem
fire
is,
your
they're
ass.
also like, you are businessmen now. They always pick their best talent and say, you are businessmen now, despite having
You're gonna
no
write
business.
a bad movie.
You're gonna write a bad movie, but also be like the like they made like Jim Lee like the creative director of DC for some reason. He's just like, I'm just a dude who can draw really good comics. He actually turned out to be a good businessman. 'Cause he's Asian. But
Couldn't guess
comics,
from the name.
but he started drawing his stuff that's good. Yeah, Jim Lee's basically, I mean, he's just like, I was inspired by manga. And it's like, I wonder why.
Would I know anything? Would I know anything that Jim Lee made?
You'd recognize his art style if you saw it.
Hmm.
Jim Lee.
What is he drawn for?
Literally everything.
Okay. fair
He
enough.
started at Marvel, and then he was a founding guy in Image, and then he sold his
I just didn't know if there was a
Wildstorm
specific
Publishing
book he was
to
known
DC.
for that I would.
X-Men is probably his
be
most
able
well
to
known.
visualize.
Batman Hush. He
Oh,
did the
okay,
90s
okay.
X-Men that inspired the animated series.
Sure.
If I showed you Jim Lee's art, you'd be like, okay. Because like half the t-shirts at Walmart are Jim Lee artwork printed
Sure.
onto a t-shirt. If it looks not like shit, like total stock art, and it's at Target or Walmart, it's a Jim Lee piece of artwork.
Sure.
If it's not vintage or looks like shit. That's the two caveats. Because if it looks like shit, it's some guy at an ad agency. If it looks vintage, it's you know, there's a lot of guys that do that. George Perez, a lot
Sure.
of his artwork ends up there. Because you just take like kind of good looking Batman art or whoever character art, put it out there. So George Perez, he's all over the place for more vintage look.
I think I watched a Comic Tropes video about George Perez.
Yeah, George Perez.
Probably
is
watched a
dope.
Comic Tropes about Jim Lee.
George
too, honestly.
Perez did. I don't know if he's done Jim Lee yet, to be honest. Jim Lee is like the guy who created Deadpool, Rob Liefeld, but good, kind of, is the best way to describe him. Rob
Interesting.
Liefeld is a shitty ripoff of Jim Lee, basically.
Hmm.
But Jim Lee worked at Marvel, made X-Men the most popular book at Marvel, while Todd McFarlane had the most popular book, the other popular book, Spider-Man.
Yep.
And it was like they were both selling like millions of copies during the 90s
Yeah, I'm aware.
speculator market.
I'm mostly aware of Todd McFarlane's. I know what Todd McFarlane's art looked like.
So him and he was one of the people whose buddy was with Todd McFarlane, and he started making Wildstorm, and he was the only one at Image Comics besides. I mean, Todd McFarlane was just edgy. Todd McFarlane's basically the Zack Snyder of actual comic books. Is the best way to describe Todd McFarlane, and then. But Jim Lee was like the only like one that wasn't a coked out fiend at Image, and actually there was him and one other guy who made like really basic looking comics for Marvel and DC forever. He was kind of a veteran. I can't remember who that is, but he just worked on a bunch of shit and was like, I'll come over with you guys. That sounds fun.
There's definitely
But,
a,
like of the superstars, Jim Lee was like the one who just like sat there and made his Wildstorm comics with his little studio. Basically manga style, because he pretty much had apprentices and he would write and make up all the characters, and then he'd have
Yep,
other people do the
that's-
side books, and then he would do the main books.
that's
So it
manga
was-
style, alright.
And then he had his buddies who would ink all. He has like a friend that's
It's some
basically
wonder-
inked all of his work since Marvel.
Some wonder that one of the few American comics.
Oh, I can actually control the hammer. I didn't know that. I thought.
Oh, that's.
I just I was holding forward trying to run towards these guys with it. I can control the hammer a bit during that freeze frame. That's why it freezes. But yeah, no. So Jim Lee was the only one that wasn't unhinged. And then DC's like, hey, we'll give you a bunch of money and make you the CFO of being creative or some shit if you come to DC, and we'll buy your company too. Because all the companies worked for Image independently. So they each own the stock in Image and then owns their respective characters independently.
Sure.
So Image was more of a distribution thing. And then he said, okay, I'll sell you that. And then a bunch of his...
You probably...
I didn't
Can you
even
undo
do
that?
that.
Well,
that's okay.
it happens.
I'll put one in energy. But anyways, so then he's like, wait, do we have any more add-ons or no?
I used them all to upgrade the Tornado.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I was being greedy, but I think upgrading the Tornado as much as possible is going to prove to be
No, the
useful.
tornado was good whenever we got someone person in. But yeah, then Jim Lee is just basically worked at DC. And then Jeff Johns was a guy who wasn't missing on his monthly titles and then got really good at making gimmick comics that sold a lot because they were good gimmicks. Not even good gimmicks, just gimmicks.
Yeah.
Because the last couple books in his actual bibliography is
Crazy.
3 Jokers, where he's what if there were 3 different Jokers that explain why his
I read the
personality
summary
changes?
I read the summary of 3 Jokers.
After I mentioned it in my video?
Yeah.
Or did I?
No, you told me about it one time, and I looked it up and read the summary a while back, and I was like, what the fuck?
And then he also...
Oh,
that was his
this
follow-up.
is-
That was his low-key follow-up to, wait. Oh, I guess these
This
guys...
is like a sub.
Are we on the final fucking levels?
No.
Oh.
No, this is... Chapters 6 and 7 take place simultaneously, and you play them by switching back and forth to the bad characters. Wonder Woman's only good move is her A move, which is the crown throw.
Okay.
And the crown throw is semi-functional. It's not great, but it is.
But he also did Doomsday Clock, where he's like, wouldn't it be a great idea if we cross over the DC universe with Watchmen?
Crazy to think that the one American comic I like, Batman and Robin, is so heavily manga influenced. Who would think?
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, the art and style of the first half of it, before the art style change, is definitely manga-ish, but I'd also say
I
that
think it
the
was Frank
pacing and
Herbert
plot...
that drew that?
That's the guy who wrote Dune.
No, not Frank Herbert. What's his name? Frank something. Not Frank Herbert. Yeah, that guy just randomly draws
Right.
comic covers mostly now.
I feel like it also kind of has the pacing and kind of feel of manga too, to some extent.
I mean, it's just basically monthly comics. Pretty standard. I
Remember
mean,
these-
also,
was this
Scott
one?
Snyder also did a good run. Grant Morrison, Scott Snyder, and Tom King were 3 really good Batman runs in a row, pretty much. Someone took over briefly after Grant Morrison went to Batman and Robin for 27 issues. So for 2 years, there was someone else in between Grant Morrison and Scott Snyder, but Scott Snyder's run is pretty baller. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, and then... Do I have points? Where the fuck
No.
do I
Oh yeah,
see
yeah,
that,
also
dude?
leveled up.
I don't really know. We shouldn't even dump orbs into these guys because they suck.
No. We're not going to use them after this. And they're just being forced on us right now.
And then
On to
Tom
the next
King went.
generator.
Tom King's was pretty good. It was a little more standard monthly comics than Grant Morrison and Scott Snyder. Scott Snyder's run is good too, though. It's 100% Batman heavy, but Batman very much
Hope
acts
so.
Batman the Animated Series-esque, and occasionally the Bat Family shows up, but Thankfully, they were like, well, the Bat Family is kind of redundant to this story because we just introduced Batman and Robin, which will take on most of the Bat Family stuff unless it's a crossover type of deal. And he did a lot of cool stuff, like 0 Year and Court of the Owls. 0 Year was awesome.
Yeah, the Court of the Owls
He went
stuff
in to
seems
do
cool.
the only part that was a flop was like the 14 issues where he tried to make where Jim Gordon was Batman for some reason in a mech suit. That was really dumb.
I'm excited to see the. Oh, you leveled up again.
He basically has like a third of the video.
I'm excited to see the. Batman 3 is probably going to be Court of the Owls. Matt Reeves' Batman 3.
Yeah, probably. I think it's pretty fair to assume that's where he's going.
I mean, thematically it would fit given that the whole. Like everything
about Gotham. Yeah.
The whole thing about like.
I just wonder where they're going with Batman 2. Oh, the Penguin shows.
We get to see that.
Batman 2 got delayed to 2026, but it shouldn't actually be that big of a deal. We're getting Penguin this year. The Penguin sideshow.
Yeah, I'd be interested to watch it. I don't know.
Could be pretty good. I like Colin Farrell, and I like what they did with Penguin. I don't think Matt Reeves is directing all the episodes, but I think he does a handful of them, so I'll probably watch that show.
I mean, if it's in line with his Batman, I'd be down.
Yeah, I've heard it is Sopranos with Gotham characters was their goal.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah. It is Penguin doing crime. There's no Batman, as far as I know. Or he might cameo or something, but he's not really there as an important. Okay, well, we're.
Let's see.
Okay,
you got
so
a
you got a
laser.
very beefy laser.
A big punch. And, he's got a tornado. It's a different tornado, but I guess we'll see if the big tornado's any good.
Find Kurt in HD Scratch.
I'm Mr. Curtis, you are a baby, 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 bing. There's another Wimpod. Another Wimpod spawned.
Oh, I'm excited to rewatch Suicide Squad and Peacemaker because
I'm excited for those.
Suicide Squad, aka the backdoor pilot for Peacemaker.
Yeah, more or less.
I think it's the first of two major adaptations of Charleston Heroes, dude. Because both Blue Beetle and Peacemaker are. Well, Peacemaker was the inspiration for the comedian from Watchmen. And then at one point, Grant Morrison said, "What if I remade Watchmen with Charleston Heroes as they originally planned?" And then he did. It was a 50-page mini-series where he said, "What if?" But then he kind of forgot that he was doing Watchmen like halfway through. But the first issue has Peacemaker snipe John F. Kennedy. By jumping from a helicopter. Does it make sense?
Wait, I might actually have. Oh, I have points. The Whirlpool seems pretty good since it holds people in place.
Oh, nice. Okay. So we'll see how Aquaman is, but worst case scenario, we can just default to have Green Lantern be a side character if needed.
Yeah.
If they do this divide up.
This
crap
rope?
again. Okay, that's busted. I literally just have like virtually unlimited lasers now.
The Whirlpool seems pretty good because it just holds the motherfuckers in place.
Oh, and look how fast my energy revives, dude. Oh, and that's 5, about to get 5 of those goddamn,
And just keep these motherfuckers pinned down. And just, Yeah, okay, Aquaman seems aight. I mostly picked him for the meme, but the tornadoes are pretty good. Keep these motherfuckers on lockdown. His projectiles, not terrible.
Then when I got hit.
There's a checkpoint back here. There's just a...
Oh, that's a civilian, I guess.
Yeah, we have to save all the civilians.
I just didn't realize the gorillas were civilians. I thought they were just random humans that ended up here somehow. Thanos' infinite fucking energy beam that's totally fucking irrationally overpowered. Okay, well, this isn't just terrible
Golden
team.
civilian monkey. I had a gut feeling that Aquaman would be weirdly good.
Yeah, it's really good. So we gotta get Hawkwoman next, and she's at 60. Dude.
70. We have to come up here and kill these motherfuckers. Fucking Zatanna, man.
I guess if for some reason it makes us make 3 teams next level, we can add one of the Green Lanterns in and power them up. Because I know Green Lantern, Zatanna, Flash, and Aquaman seem to be the 4 good characters we've encountered so far.
Yep.
We can try Green Arrow. I think Green Arrow's gonna be dog shit. I think Hawkgirl's gonna be dog shit.
Like how the main popular heroes are all fucking terrible.
Hawkman. Hawkgirl. I'm excited to talk about Hawkman, bro. Because Hawkman has the most hilariously convoluted fucking storyline. So does Hawkwoman. So I gotta talk about both. No, they just never knew what to do with Hawkman or Hawkwoman. Because Hawkman was introduced in like Flash 3 and Hawkgirl was introduced in like Flash 4 back in like the 1930s, the 1940s. And then they were like, okay, we're gonna reboot them for the Silver Age. And then eventually they're like, well, they're alternate universe versions. But then it got really confusing because they started like crossing over. But that was fine at first, but then during Crisis, like Hawkman was too essential to both teams to just have on one, and they didn't make up the father-daughter thing, so they're like, what if he could like reincarnate himself? And he's like, yeah, that's cool, that'll make it different than Black Canary, so that's fine. And then, because Black Canary's original origin, because Black Canary was invented in the 40s, was that she comes over, but then Gardner Fox was like, no, she'd be old now. And they said, that's true, but we want to draw her hot, so what if it was her daughter who decided to jump universes and join the Justice League? And they're like, okay. And then, yeah, but Hawkman and Hawkgirl, they never explained it. But then it's like he can be reincarnated. But then they're like, after New 52, the guy who made it's like, what if we just rebooted Hawkman? And they're like, well, we already showed the other 2 Hawkmans. And they're like, don't. He's like, do not fucking worry about it. I'm gonna do it anyways. And DC's like, okay, because it's Hawkman, so who cares? And then they're like, actually, we don't like this. So he turned out to be not a reincarnation, but he turned out to be
Some random
just some
other
imposter.
Hawk.
No, he was an evil imposter who had like a 70-issue comic run before it was decided that he's an evil imposter. And he's like, I was really selling the bit, you know, for like 70 issues to the point where the readers didn't even know. And then Hawkman kills him with his mace. But then Hawkman dies, right? So then they made him, I have to
low for a second.
he was dead, so they're like, okay, well, what we gotta do is like Hawkman is he kills him.
God,
But then he gets rebooted, he gets revived, and so does. But then Kendra becomes the new hot girl, and she's a reincarnation of Sharon, and he falls in love with her. But then Kendra dies during Blackest Night, and and Sharon comes back to life as a White Lantern. So now the original Hawk woman is reincarnated. But then there's an imposter Hawk woman that has his son with Hawkman. But then they're both killed, but then he comes back to life and becomes Hawkman, like a reincarnation. But then in the New 52, they made up a new Hawkman based on the Hawkman that they decided was actually evil, but not really. He's also kind of original. But then they're like, well, actually, he's the fake Hawkman after Death of Hawkman. And then the real Hawkman comes back to life, but he's a reincarnation.
Sure.
So, there's like 70 different Hawkmans in the book. Writers and scholars have tried to reimagine him, but DC editorial has never decided on anything with Hawkman. He's just occasionally around, and the writer can do whatever, and must be some sort of curse
I guess
on Hawkman where no writer has ever decided what they actually want to do with Hawkman.
When you have a character as who gives a shit as guy with wings and a fucking mace.
Yeah. But here's the thing, is like, they want to keep him around because he's like integral-ish, and he's old.
Yeah, I mean,
but nobody likes Hawkman enough to know what to actually, that they have a vision for.
He's
what
got
to
a
do with him.
legacy enough to stick around.
So then people
but not
get
a legacy enough to
Hawkman,
be
but then they're
fucking-
like, well, I want to stick out with my Hawkman run and make something exciting so that I can get a real character like Batman one day, you know? Because you start on... All writers start on your Hawkmans, your New Mutants, so every great writer has, like, that B-string bullshit before they get onto the real deal. And every writer has just been like, well, it's too convoluted at this point, so I guess I'm gonna just make some shit up. Do I have a boost right now? I can't. Where do I see my pointer now? Oh, I have 0 points. Let's see. Top left. So Hawkman's just become a mess because DC editorial in the history since the 1940s has just not given a fuck what people do with Hawkman, but at the same time, in a weird contradiction, required that Hawkman stays around because he's always just integral as a C-string background character in like Justice League and shit.
Yeah. We got another one over here, I think.
So that's kind of the issue with Hawkman.
Oh, it's right here.
Ultimately, he's just a guy, you know?
Yeah.
He's just a guy who's around who has a very convoluted backstory. Full of like hypnosis and occasionally hypnosis, rape, and she's not actually Hawkwoman, despite the fact that the last 40 issues have said she's Hawkwoman. She's actually just a normal woman who somehow survived all this and was hypnotized by Hawkman into having his baby. That happens at one point.
So a Wonder Woman 84 situation.
Yeah, literally a Wonder Woman 84 situation. Then she like trips on a rock and gets impaled or something. Dude, comics are weird as fuck sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if Hawkman's ever had a good run in his fucking 90-year history. Like, okay, 85 years. I think in the 85 years Hawkman has been around, they just have never found out how to write a single good Hawkman story. And I think that'll
Yeah, I mean,
continue through the history.
valid. I don't know what the fuck I would do with Hawkman.
Reboot him and do something weird, and then DC's like, well, I guess we're gonna have to figure out a way to retcon this back to normal. And then they retcon it back to normal, and the next guy decides, actually, bro, I want to do something unique. A unique reinvention of Hawkman. I still think one of the weirdest things is that Hawkman was dating his child bride, Kendra, and then Kendra dies, and he's like, oh good, goody. Well, then there's the weird story of Dr. Fate, So there's the first Dr. Fate who lasted from the 1940s to the 90s, and then they wanted to make a girl Dr. Fate. But then they're like, what if people want a boy Dr. Fate though? And he's like, good point. So what if the son of girl Dr. Fate, the stepson, also becomes Dr. Fate? And they're like, that's fine. But then he gets reincarnated as like an adult man, and then he starts fucking his mom. I don't know, bro. It's just comics for you.
love him.
He started fucking his mom, bro. That's the story arc they came up with.
Doing my mom, doing my mom.
Yeah, literally Ray William Johnson style.
You have another point.
Yeah. So then he gets married to his mom,
Weird.
but they're reincarnated, bro. That's different people who died in like a car crash or something. It's weird, bro. And then they just never mention that again because later people were like, that is fucking stupid. So it was never mentioned again. But yes, there is a female Dr. Fate, and they were scared that there wasn't a male Dr. Fate and that people would get mad. So they decided to make them fuck for some reason, even though they were a mother-son duo. So like, wouldn't it
Bates
be
Motel
cool?
can pull it off.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of one of those situations, and everyone thought it was weird. So they like killed him off, but then they got reincarnated, and they're like, well, let's just like make, how do we end this satisfying? And no one likes this story arc where he's like fucking his mom. How do we end this satisfying? He's like, what if he married his mom? They're like, well, yeah, I mean, that makes perfect sense.
That ties it all together.
Kind of ties the knot, bro. I mean, it was his stepmom, so it was porno style. This is his younger stepmom because she was a gold digger too. So
Really something.
yeah, it was fucking
I
insane.
don't know what to say about
bro.
that.
But he is still a 9-year-old that gets reincarnated as a grown man who marries his 40-year-old mom, who's younger than his 70-year-old dad.
Wow.
So, is she a Wonder Woman 84 style pedo? Yes. Wonder Woman 84 just wanted to be comic accurate to the long held tradition of comics of what if we did something that, I guess, like when you actually put any modicum of thought into it, just is kind of weird and creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bizarre. Kazatana is crazy.
The one thing I think that's good about comic tropes is he'll never run out of videos, because one day he'll say, does Dr. Fated fuck his mom? The answer to that question is yes.
I only know Dr. Fate from Injustice.
Yeah, that's the original Dr. Fate. That's not the one that fucks his mom.
I like how Injustice 2 just entirely drops the parallel universe bullshit.
I did
It's
notice.
just a normal ass game.
Yeah.
Because they got bored of the fucking convoluted alternate world plotline that's
Yeah.
not very well thought out. And they're like, okay, well, all the characters who died in this world stuck around from the other world so that they can be in this game. Except for the ones we don't want to be here.
Pretty much.
Like, Green Arrow just switches worlds so that he can continue to be in the game.
Hey man, he wanted to switch worlds to the desolate apocalypse world. Nothing wrong with that. Makes sense to me.
He didn't have any family or friends to go back to. It's just like, yeah, whatever. I'll stick around here so I can be in this game and have sex with my dead girlfriend. The alternate universe version of my dead girlfriend.
In fairness, that was pretty much the Arrow show because they kept killing off Black Canary and being like, no wait, And then they like reincarnated all the Black Canaries, and there were like 4 of them, and they were gonna make a sideshow about it. And they made a pilot, and then CW's like, this is dog shit, it makes no sense. Even the CW said it was dog shit that made no sense. That's how unhinged the Arrow writers were. I think how there's actually a lot of people on Facebook who are genuine fans of the Arrowverse.
Oh yeah, Yoda Joe.
The Arrowverse is the biggest hunk of dog shit to have ever. The fact it lasted as long as it did is sort of embarrassing. I'm happy it's dead. And I think the fans of the Arrowverse are better off in their lives not having to consume that dog shit. So, like, I can't, you know. I know some people are sad the Arrowverse has ended, but it's like it's better for your life to not even. Because it's.
I like all the people who were saying that they should just CGI the fucking shitty CW Flash over Ezra Miller in the Flash movie.
Yeah.
Just CGI, man.
That would have been something, bro. I mean, that
Would have been
something.
hideous, hilarious, and extremely expensive for a budget movie that they made out of
CW
obligation.
fans are like, what if you like brought this guy back from the Arrowverse, and then James Gunn is obligated to not disrespect those people because presumably they're gonna watch his DC stuff one day. So he's like, haha, that would be funny. No disrespect, but no, it's not gonna happen. Like, yeah, fucking CW vampire. This guy was hired on as like a Vampire Diaries fucking character of the week actor. People are like, why don't you make him like Superman in the new DC? James Gunn, what are you, fucking racist or something? Because the fucking guy who played Professor Zoom like 7,000 times. I like how Professor Zoom dies in like season 1 of The Flash. And then they kept killing off his like evil clones and like multiverse versions.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta do something.
But kept bringing him back, and he's like, what if? I can only imagine the character's like, oh my god, he comes back, he's from the multiverse, and then it like cuts to commercial. People are shocked. Number 20. They also are like any clone character of Flash, because we already have the effects aspect, all the effects made up, you know? We just have to add the blur effect and turn it yellow instead of red. Any sort of like clone antagonist we can make.
Yeah.
And the CW
You gotta
love
keep
the
crayon
clone
'em in.
antagonists and alternate universes.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
yeah.
also a little sad that Brandon Ruth got a bunch of screen time as like the Arrow versus something multiverse Kingdom Come Superman. The people are like, CW fans are like, he really like got a second chance at Superman. It's like, when you think about it, it's quite sad that he went from the fucking star of a Superman movie to a guy who plays Superman on the CW as a alternate universe version of Superman. But I guess that was just his career trajectory, so what do you do?
Yeah.
I mean, something is better than nothing, am I right?
Yeah, at least he's not sitting in a fucking shelter, you know, a homeless shelter.
He's like, I actually like.
It's the fate of several Superman
Yeah,
and
he
Superman.
already tried out for a couple gay porns, you know, but they never, you know, he already tried out for a couple gay porns. It's like Superman gets ass fucked, but then, you know, CW bought him out of a contract with like freaking X videos or whatever. CW's like, well, we'll buy your X videos contract if you come back so that people make clickbait about how Superman returns guys back to do a new movie. What a career ender, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
You're like, my career is made by this Superman role, but really it just came and gone, you know? It ended as quick as it started.
yeah, it barely started. Gotta find Hawk Girl. Cock Girl, more like. Green Arrow, 76.
Green Arrow, Hal Jordan.
I think those are the
That's
last two
it.
characters, yeah. We're doing this again, huh? before we start playing this tedious fucking Superman segment.
I'll just catch whatever whale words have come up.
Oops, accidentally unpaused it.
A war turtle, bro. Maybe he's shiny. Let's see after I catch this wind pod.
War turtle cannot be shiny.
Oh yeah, he can't. Okay, never mind. Fuck this war turtle. Fuck this war turtle. $95 CP war turtle. I'll leave him.
To be an incredibly weak war turtle. There's a 3-star raid egg about to hatch. Let's see what's in the 3-star raid egg across the street. Oh, there's an Alolan Executor across the street if you want to do that quick.
Yeah, we can.
Just abandon the Let's Play for 4 seconds.
I mean, we can just end this because we're at a new part and then start the next one. Or end the
I
part.
mean, we're not at the end of the chat.
Well, why don't we just pause it and end the part and then start a new one?
Oh, right on the part quick.
Because I will catch an Alolan Executor. I need him. We can solo an Alolan Executor. It's a 3-star, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's 4 times weak to ice, and I have a fucking massive